86 Trans Am. I was driving down the road. A check engine light came on, went to 18 volts, and then dropped the battery temperature. So I figure the alternator's fried. I go to buy one, and this is the fourth one I bought. None of them will direct fit onto the car. So I'm having to take the alternator apart. The problem is, if you look at the mounting bracket, this needs to be turned 180 degrees to fit on my car. And I've not been able to find one anywhere. So I'm going to take the alternator apart and flip the cap. It's the only thing I can do because nobody can buy them. Been to O'Reilly's, Advanced, AutoZone, everywhere. $119 I think. Rock Auto has it for $50, but how do I know it's going to fit right? Like I said, I've ordered 4 and none of them will match up. The other problem is on the back where the 2 wires and this bolt. See, we got this bracket right here. That's the problem. To take this one from O'Reilly's came with a V-belt pulley, so we're going to have to switch it to my serpentine pulley. So to take the pulley off is pretty easy. Put on a pair of gloves and hold it here. Make sure you don't get your finger caught in the fins to the fan. Take you an impact wrench at 5/16. Put an impact on there and pound away, and the thing will just spin right off. Then we're going to take these 4 screws loose and we're going to flip this housing 180 degrees, and then I should be good to go. So if you guys run into that problem, you can't buy an off-the-shelf alternator to fit an 86 or an 87 Trans Am. Imagine Firebirds, Formula Firebirds and Camaros are going to be the same way. So you're going to have to switch them around. So hope that helps anyone that ran the same problem I did. Okay, there you go. I switched this 180 degrees. You use a 5/16 socket to undo these 4 nuts. Raise it up, flip 180 degrees, and push it back down. Make sure you're holding it up so you don't drop the rotor and commutator out the bottom. Okay, once you get this, you're going to need to tighten this nut to 70 foot-pounds. Then when you reinstall it on the car, it needs to idle for 10 minutes to seat the brushes. Do not put it on the car and rev the car up. It needs to seat the brushes for 10 minutes. One thing a lot of people don't realize, it'll come with a test sheet like this. Notice that an alternator does not really charge until it gets to 1,000 RPMs. Between 1,000 and 2,000 is when it does most of its charging, up to 100 amp. But down at just idle, an alternator is barely charging. So if you want to charge a battery, you actually have to take it out and drive it. You can't let it sit there and idle. So let's get it back on the car. So put your torque wrench there, 70 foot-pounds. Make sure it don't spin off on you. So it's pretty simple. Oh, and you got to change out this mounting bracket back here. On these model cars, that's what actually supports it. So the other way, if you're not going to use your impact and a torque wrench to tighten it down, put you a T50 torque bit in the center shaft and a 5/16 wrench out here and turn it. But it's confusing because if you're going to use the ratchet to tighten it, you're going to have to go counterclockwise to tighten it. So, but it needs to be 70 foot-pounds. The problem is it's going to want to spin on you. But let's get her in the car.